Okay, this will be a really quick tutorial for rigging your 3D character, your 3D humanoid post-apocalyptic mecha warrior birdhouse of doom creature. So you go to the site mesh2motion.org, either launch the application or click that other blue thing up there, which you can't see because it's under the timer. Launch the application, and it has a bunch of libraries of animated characters, and it also does auto rigging, which is what we're going to do. We're going to use your model up in the top, and we're going to upload a GLB file. So remember GLB files? You've done this before, you already have one. So you take your GLB file that you've exported. Here's a whole bunch of. Let's do this one here. I don't know what it looks like. Go ahead and open. Okay. Here's my GLB file. This is going to be a little bit problematic, so I'll show you a couple different examples. But generally, you need to orient the model so that he's no longer face planting on the ground. There we go, and turn around. All right, by clicking on X, Y, and Z. Then make sure he's lined up in general with the center point. And it looks good here, but if you turn it from the side, you can see he's not lined up to the center point. So you got to do both as well. Okay, then once you get him centered properly, I'm going to line him to floor. There he goes. Now he's perfectly lined on the floor. You're going to select a skeleton. You will select human. There's other ones. You need to scale it down because it doesn't fit. So scale it down so that it pretty much fits. Also, it looks like I'm not exactly centered. Yeah, close enough. All right, then click, when you're got it scaled down, click on Edit Skeleton. And this is the skeleton edited out. Now, I'm going to zoom in so that I can adjust my points, my little points where all the joints are. I've got a problem here because he's holding a sword, so this is definitely going to confuse things a lot. Also, notice all of these little points right here. There's thousands of little points. It's because I've got a hand. So I need to go back and undo that. I do not want a hand with fingers. It's too much work. I'm going to take the fingers, go to hand options, single hand. There we go. Now all the fingers went away. That's going to be a lot easier to edit. Okay, so basically you just click and drag to match where things go. That's the end of the hand. That's the wrist, I think. This will be the forearm. This will be the shoulder. And see how it's turning blue? When it's red, it means the rigging is going to be weird. But when it's blue, it means I don't see a problem here. Not a guarantee that there's not a problem, but well, these are the hips. The legs need to move where they're naturally going to move. Okay. And not that one there. That one and that one. Oh, I got some weirdness here with my hips. So I need to bring that back in line. Let's raise this up a little bit. Pull that back in. You're just trying to line everything up logically with where it should go if it was a creature. Pull that back into there. What do we got going on down here? Something's weird. So undo that. That was weird. Oh, that's what's weird. This needs to be lined up there. It looks really good from the front angle usually, and then you move everything over to the side and you're like, oh, that totally doesn't work. It looks like my leg doesn't line up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the mirroring, and I'm going to manually adjust these points individually, because otherwise if I don't, it's going to be all over the place. Okay, and the leg is weird. Has a weird foot. Pull that back a little bit. Spending a lot more time on this than I have with the other ones. Part of the problem is that he's sort of just a big block. Let me pull that into the animation section, and you can see what it means when things get weird. So let's go ahead and do that, and that's what it looks like when he animates. You can see how he's crunched up and weird. Part of the problem is it doesn't know where the head is. So I'm going to put my tracking points or joints up where the head should be, and I can use this head weight correction to create a dividing line where the head is from the body. Come on, I'm trying to get it right in there. Let's try that. Now at least the head stays the same, although you can see it's a little weird at the neck. Let's raise that up just a hair. And what that does is it keeps everything above the line intact and doesn't deform it. There we go. It is still stretched out and weird because it is a unibody. Let's see, something else is weird here with this. Oh, it's just this section right here is weird. That just is what it is. It's going to be weird. It's going to poke out. The auto rigger doesn't know what to do with it. So your assignment is basically then just to turn that in. But before you do, double check it with a whole bunch of other animations and make sure everything looks like it makes sense. You can tell there's some weirdness going on here. But for the most part, this is as good as it's going to get. That is nightmare fuel. Yeah, so all you submit then is you submit a screen grab of this where I can see the rig points. Capture that screen grab, turn it in, and that is your assignment. If you want to keep watching, I'll do another one that should be easier. Otherwise, that's it for now. Let's upload another model, which might be easier. Let's see. Not that one. This one. This one should be a lot easier because it's more shaped like a humanoid. And so everything is designed to just quickly fall into place. You just have to slide this backwards and forwards and line everything up. Select a skeleton, human. This one should go much quicker. Take off the fingers. Okay, I'm going to throw that in there and see what it looks like. Oh, as is. And right away, it looks a lot better. Because the original sculpture was more like a traditional human, so it's a lot easier that way. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. That's it. 8 minutes, 50 seconds. Just under 9 minutes.